It's called karma, Donald, and the walls are closing in. So not only is Trump on the Epstein files 38,000 times in the documents that have already been released, there's 3 million documents that are still missing. We're now even learning about the deeper ties that his administration has, even more than we knew a day or so ago. U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick not only continued the relationship with Epstein well after he said he stopped talking to him, but apparently they were business partners together. They entered into an investment for a company called AdFin together in December of 2012, 4 days. They were apparently hanging out with each other, and apparently Lutnick's children were on the island as well, or with him. And then they entered into this deal to invest in a company called AdFin, where they were both partners on. We're learning that the Pentagon Deputy Secretary Feinberg and a company he co-founded appear in hundreds of documents in the Epstein files, including personal emails sent by Epstein and whistleblower emails alleging a vast money laundering scheme. We're learning that Navy Secretary John Phelan is named on the flight manifest found among the documents that were produced there. So yes, and Donald Trump's appeared 38,000 times. Let's be clear about that. Shifting gears for a moment to what's going on in Milan right now, where there is the Winter Olympics. The United States delegations getting absolutely booed. J.D. Vance, Rubio, Usha Vance getting mercilessly booed. There were protests there against ICE because it was believed that the Trump regime may be sending ICE officials to guard J.D. Vance when he's in Italy, when he's in Milan, and maybe some of the athletes. And that's what the Trump regime said at first. And now they're saying, no, it's actually DHS special agents, Department of Homeland Security special agents out there. Where the people are doing F-ICE chants, booing mercilessly J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio and all of them. You have people doing urine protests against ICE, like the British-American Olympian Gus Kenworthy. He's a freestyle skier, and he posted urine saying F-ICE on his Instagram account, and that's gone mega viral. And then you had Donald Trump 2 nights ago. He was posting the photo or the video of former President Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama with their faces photoshopped on apes. And then Donald Trump's regime first said, oh, that's just Donald Trump being funny because he's saying this is like the Lion King movie and he's the king of the jungle. And so that's why he posted that photo. And he did it, but that's why he posted it. Then they blamed it on a staffer and said, oh, Trump didn't know what he was doing. He had nothing to do with it. Even though it was posted at midnight, apparently there are staffers who are making the post for him at midnight. But then Donald Trump said, no, I was the one who did it. So let me just show you what went down here. Donald Trump was on Air Force One. Of course, he was going to Palm Beach, right? Going back to the site of the sex trafficking at Mar-a-Lago, right? And that was the site. I'm not saying things that are like, ooh, Ben, you got to say allegedly. No, I mean, undisputed fact. Mar-a-Lago was one of the sites where child sex trafficking was connected to, right? Virginia Giuffre worked at Mar-a-Lago. She worked at the spa, and that's where she was recruited by Epstein and sex trafficked. And she tragically died by suicide recently. It's horrific stuff. And then we know that Trump's Mar-a-Lago would send the spa to Epstein, and Epstein would expose himself to the girls. And that was one of the ways he would try to recruit girls to this. Again, that's just something that's known right now. And that's a horrific fact. But Donald Trump says he's vindicated, even though he says Epstein's a great guy who likes women on the younger side, even though Donald Trump says Donald Trump said that he grabs women by their vaginas without their consent because he's rich and he gets away with it. He said that when he owns beauty pageants, he gets to look at girls naked non-consensually and inspect them. He goes, because he becomes an inspector. Sick human being. Evil human being. Anyway, when Donald Trump was on Air Force One, how'd I get there? Oh, so yes, he was going to the crime scene, Mar-a-Lago. That's, yes. Donald Trump is asked by a reporter, so what's your message to many Americans who are very offended by you posting a photo with the former president of the United States and the former first lady's heads photoshopped on apes? What would you want to apologize? Here's what Donald Trump says.
A message to the many Americans who are offended by the video. What do you want to tell those Americans? message. I didn't know about it, so I mean, it went up. I really have no message. All I know is, here's my message, that our country has never been in a position like this. We were a laughing stock all over the world, and now we're a country that's respected more than we've ever been respected before. If you go back a year and a half ago, our country was a laughing stock, and now we're respected all over the world, like probably almost never before. I would say maybe like never before. And, you know, it's...
Okay, no apology. Again, he's a sick human. He's evil. He's horrible. He's trash. Should be nonpartisan. We should all agree that's just a real trash human, right? I mean, he's just a bad, just let's not even talk politics. Let's just speak basic morality. That's a horrible human being right there. Donald Trump is then asked about J.D. Vance and America being booed in Milan. Here, play this clip.
Did you see that the Vice President got booed during the opening ceremony, though? What do you make of that sort of frosty? The Vice President got booed during the opening ceremony. What do you make of that frosty?
No, is that true? Is that right?
Yeah.
It's surprising because people like him. Well, I mean, he is in a foreign country, you know, in all fairness, but he doesn't get booed in this country.
Oh, and then Donald Trump wants everybody to know, though, he's the least racist. No, there's never been a president less racist than him. That's clearly what people who aren't racist all go around saying, that they're the least racist. So if he says it, he says it. Here, play this clip.
Black voters have been great to me. I've been great to them. And I am, by the way, the least racist president you've had in a long time, as far as I'm concerned. We have, I've had a great relation. Think of what I've done.
Okay, ridiculous. Donald Trump is then asked about the fact that he sued the IRS for $10 billion. He sued his own government. And now he's going to have the DOJ and Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, because the IRS is under the portfolio of the Treasury Department, pay him $10 billion. He's going to give himself a $10 billion payout from taxpayer money, stealing our taxpayer dollars, because he's claiming that he was part of an IRS data breach and his tax returns were leaked in 2021 as part of a data breach involving 400 to 500,000 other people's personal tax returns. So he's suing for $10 billion. And here's how he describes it. Play this clip.
Mr. President, you're suing the federal government about your taxes.
Yeah.
And, I'm wondering, is it fair to ask the American people to pay for that?
Well, anything I win, I'm going to give 100% to charity.
But that still takes it from the American people.
No, because they give money to charity anyway. They give away $40 billion a year to charity, our government. You know, our government gives away $40 billion plus a year to charity. So anything I win from that, but when they go and release your tax returns, which is totally illegal, people go to jail for that, and they've already found a person that did it, and as you know, they got in big trouble. And based upon that and other things, we did sue, and anything I win, I'm giving 100% to charity. Really good, very, very good and respected charities.
What do you mean no, because they're giving money to charity? What does that even mean? You're stealing taxpayer dollars. And you know, assume it goes to charity. You understand what his charity scheme is, right? His charity scheme is he's going to settle with the IRS. Let's just assume it goes to charity, which I don't think it even will. He'll settle with the IRS. He'll claim a personal physical injury under the IRS code so that he can take a personal injury settlement. He'll claim emotional trauma, is my guess. So he won't pay any taxes on the money. Then what he'll do is, if he donates the money to a charity, he'll then use that as a deduction to then roll over year by year based on the income that he's now making by selling off semiconductor chips and other classified information from the United States to UAE, the Saudis, Qatar, whoever, you know, our foreign adversaries. They are getting our classified information. Trump's getting richer and richer. He's made $1.5 or $2 billion more that we know about right now. He's probably made a lot more than that. That's hidden in secret Qatari bank accounts. I don't know that. I'm giving you my opinion. This is all First Amendment speech, opinion speech, right? I'm allowed to articulate. This video is hereby protected by my First Amendment right to give you opinions. So let's just clarify that as well. And then Donald Trump will roll over, in my opinion, the charitable giving as a deduction, and he'll say for the rest of his life he doesn't have to pay taxes. So that's his scheme there when he says whatever. Okay. Here, he's asked by a reporter, well, you frequently criticize Biden for not knowing what was going on in his name, but now you claim you don't know people who make social media posts on your behalf. Here, play this clip.
You frequently criticize Joe Biden for not knowing what is going on in his name. This racist video that was posted on your social media.
I know a hell of a lot better than you do. You don't know what's going on. I know what's going on. No, Joe Biden didn't have a clue, but we know everything.
By the way, even Laura Ingraham wasn't buying what the Trump regime was selling yesterday. And she's like, can you really, this is what she was saying to Caroline Leavitt, are you really going to throw a staffer under the bus? Here, play this clip.
It's been issue after issue. At the same time, and I know you've been dealing with this today, but Donald Trump's Truth Social post set off a firestorm online. I only noticed it this morning because I was writing, but it was a video that he had posted portraying Michelle and Barack Obama with an ape motif, and I guess there were other politicians who were portrayed in other animal motifs as an internet meme. Tim Scott, the senator, obviously African American, said he was praying it was fake because it was the most racist thing he'd ever seen out of the White House. The president should remove it. Caroline, I know the president did remove it, deleted it, but it was up for, I think, 12 hours or something like that. How did this happen? And can you really throw a staffer under the bus for this?
Well, look, Laura, it was a meme that was posted by a staffer on the president's Truth Social account. It was from a Lion King video depicting, as you pointed out, different Democrats as different animals. I think Kamala Harris was depicted as a turtle in this video meme. The president did take it down. He spoke with lawmakers today out of respect for them, including Senator Tim Scott. The post was removed. But leave it to the leftist media, of course, to talk about this all day, rather than talk about the fact that the Dow has broken over 50,000 points for the first time in our nation's history.
Caroline Leavitt's, pure trash also. I mean, utterly evil. Then finally, let me bring you to Virginia right here, where you have Virginia Governor Spanberger signing the bill allowing Virginia to vote on redistricting. 10-1, they're going to wipe out 4 Republican seats in Virginia. And so Donald Trump's gerrymander plan totally backfired when he wanted to rig the midterms and do the mid-decade redistricting. So he tried to obviously do it in Texas. They picked up 5 seats there. California Governor Newsom fought back, picked up 5 seats there, neutralized Texas. And now you have Democrats in Virginia picking up 4 seats there to counteract the other seats that Republicans are picking up in other districts. Then Democrats are still considering it in other states. Democrats are going to end up picking up more seats through this gerrymandering process than Trump did. And this is a fight that Trump started. And as you'll hear, the new governor of Virginia, Governor Spanberger, who we interviewed a lot during the campaign, here she sets out, we're doing this to save democracy. Here, play this clip.
All right. On this one, our 4th and final one is the redistricting amendment. This is the work of the legislature. It's recognizing that Virginia has the opportunity and the responsibility to be responsive in the face of efforts across the country to change maps, that Virginia is moving forward with this temporary and responsive effort to redistrict. Now, I know there's many press in the room. There are multiple steps. This is the one that will enable us to move forward with this referendum. I was going to go in order, but you're right there.
There you have it, folks. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million subscribers. We're almost at 6 million, huh? We're like 70,000 or so subscribers away. So hit subscribe. Help us get there. We appreciate you so much. Have a good one.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.